It started when aviation pioneer Glenn Curtiss sold the Navy its first plane. The Navy stipulated that he would train one naval aviator as part of the deal. After mechanical malfunction forced a young sailor into an impromptu solo in the Grasshopper, Glenn Curtiss knew he had his man. That man was Lieutenant J.G. Spuds Ellison. Ellison reported to Mr. Curtiss in December 1911 and spent over a year training in aeronautical engineering and theory, mechanics, and pilotage. His flight training reached its pinnacle with a solo cross-country flight in the Curtiss A-1 Triad. And so it was. In April 1913, Glenn Curtiss issued the first Naval Aviator Certificate, making Theodore G. Ellison Naval Aviator number 1. It was in 1911 the Navy started to take aviation to sea. There had been several catapult launches of the Curtiss biplanes off of ships, but there was no way to recover them. So in January 1911, they placed a wooden deck on the aft section of the battleship Pennsylvania. On January 18, 1911, Eugene Ely flew a Curtiss biplane onto Pennsylvania, making the first arrested landing ever on a ship, and the concept was proven. So the Navy took the collier USS Jupiter and had her converted. And on March 20th, 1922, she was recommissioned CV-1 USS Langley, and carrier aviation was born. But we had a lot to learn. But learn we did, and the first flat top, CV-1 USS Langley, was our teacher. In 1923, the Navy decided they needed a central headquarters for training their naval aviators. They settled on a Navy yard at Pensacola, Florida. It was warm so the waters wouldn't freeze, it had fair winds, and wasn't on the coastlines where prying eyes could watch. By World War II, Naval Air Station had over a dozen surrounding fields. Few of those remain, and Chevalier has since been replaced by Sherman Field on the west end of the base. Softly Field is now known as the Outlying Field at Softly, and is for practice and emergencies. Corder Station has since been bisected by Chiefs Way and is home to Center for Information Dominance, the Naval Hospital, and Shopping Mall. Seaplane ramps are now boat ramps, and Bronson Field is known as Blue Angel Recreation Park. Whiting remains, holding primary and intermediate helicopter training squadrons. But those that would be an aviator still come, beginning their indoctrination surrounded by white sands and clear water, where the Blue Angels make their home, where future naval flight officers train, where legendary aircraft and history come alive. When you enlist, you will be asked to submit a tech ride, demonstrating your ability to pilot a complex aircraft within parameters, perform simple instrument procedures, and of course, find your way home and safely recover a reusable aircraft. Once you pass and are accepted, you will have access to an extensive library of training materials. You will receive patient and personalized training. You will begin your primary flight training in the Beechcraft T6 Texan II. You will learn basic airmanship. You will learn navigation, how to execute the Navy brake. You will learn about pattern work and how to execute a precision approach. In the rotary pipeline, your intermediate will find you in a TH-57C Ranger. When you are winged and move to fleet, you will be in the SH-60 Seahawk, with opportunities to qualify in the CH-53 and B-22 Osprey. The UC-12 redesignated T-44 is for training the logistics aviator. Several airframes are available, including the C-130, the C-9, C-40, several VIP aircraft, and you can qualify on the C-2 Greyhound for carrier onboard delivery. At the carrier pipeline, you'll be in the venerable T-45 Goshawk. Your training will culminate in the most thrilling event in naval aviation, carrier qualifications. With your newly minted Wings of Gold, you'll move to fleet, and you can fly the most modern of naval aircraft. And as those that have come before you, if you're really good, you might find yourself at the controls of a legend.